there wasn't too much of problems, but I think they've been having too much of a drought there now, and I think there's a reason for that. I think the agriculture, there's probably some reason for that they maybe made changes, and now things are starting to get out of hand there, but I guess I don't know what all the solution is there with all the fires, but yeah, it's a crazy thing there, but they've changed something, and it seems to be a lot worse nowadays. I know the environment does change a little bit, and I think that has a lot to do with the sun, and there might be a small percent that man has something to do with, which degrades things, but you're all on a very small thing. If any other natural disaster would happen, it would throw everything out of kilter, like a volcano going off, which spews out all kinds of gases and stuff that's hard on the atmosphere and changes the weather patterns and everything too. So that all mixed in together, that can create big catastrophes worldwide. So anyway, yeah, it's just glad to get on here on 75 a little bit here and communicate, see if we can get out somewhere on the old T3 and the loop antenna and whatever, why the little small flash box is not flashing over is beyond me, but we'll take it. So alright, Robert, good hearing you in there. We'll be on 40 tomorrow, so we'll probably tune this up on 40 and try it out. We'll see how what the other guys think. But I would assume there is a little bit of loss in the high frequency since it's not done up like the other one is. So anyway, what's it go back to you, Robert, I guess? Yeah, I think you were in there for one more, and then I'll probably getting out of here myself. So. W0BMC and a crew. This is N3 GBW.
W4SVA. W4SVA. Hello to you. And Brandon had one more left in him, I think. Brandon, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, W4SVA. I thought I heard KE9U back in there, but that could have been SVA. Hello, Billy. Yeah, I was beginning to wonder if you were still kicking. I hadn't heard you the last few mornings, so you're out of town. You keep the roads hot. But, yeah, Robert, just like last night, I should have gotten up. I probably could have got a lot accomplished between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock this morning. But, every time I opened my eyes and looked at the clock, I just dreaded the alarm clock going off. But, I'm sure some of it's stress, and between all the vitamins I'm taking now, I mean, D, B, overdosing in vitamin D, zinc, which is my body doesn't like. My mother's the same way, but I finally found a way to get it snuck in there in between meals. I have to eat before, during, and after, so that helps keep my lean figure. I weigh more now than I have my entire life. Zinc, B, D, elderberry, all kinds of stuff thrown in there. And yeah, I hope to be in here for the CCA net. I'm assuming it's at the same time on this here frequency. At least when you pick it up. I don't know if they change with the time change or not. You may touch on that. And yeah, Brian, you must have some of that special standing wave grease on there. Whatever you're doing, it's working. hopefully you can get something up for 160. I actually got on slot bucket the other night on 160 and talked to one of my close buddies here, and it worked out very nice. We can talk on 6 meters and 160. And we're 2 mountain ranges away, but only about 10 or 12 miles apart. But a lot of dirt and rocks in between us. And Robert, I'll have to send you a picture of my NVIS setup on my old Subaru 4-banger. Oh man, I look like the Google car going down the road. I get enough funny looks as it is anyway. The control burns. Well, at least the feds kind of they get it hard from both sides with the media. Kind of gets on pretty hard if they do prescribe the controlled burn, so they take advantage of accidental or acts of God that start fires, and just let them run. That's how most of the controlled burns are done here anyway. And they get quite a bit of training in. Actually bring in some of the Forest Service from out west to do training, believe it or not. We have especially the Linville Gorge, and I know Billy knows where that's at. He's seen it, I'm sure, but it's the mini Grand Canyon, the East Coast anyway. So, pretty impressive sight. And so is the entire pilot mountain burning too. So take a quick look at that. Pretty impressive. And, good deal, Brian. I'm glad you got the T3 going. Wonder how many cliff leads you've got stuck to it. And, again, glad it wasn't the heavy iron. Sitting here plagued with stink bugs. Another blessing from China. That and kudzu. I've discussed this before, but the only predator that stink bugs have are humans. And they seem to find every little warm spot that there is. You can open the door and then open the screen door, and they're stuck back in little crannies, and they just dive bomb you at night. So I've been sitting here flicking. I actually picked up a roll of paper towels, and there were 3 stuck on the back of it. So you really got to flick them across the room to kill them. Sometimes they still get up and fly away. Tough creatures. Okay. I'll leave it parked right here for tomorrow night, and Lord willing, we'll check in with you there, Robert. And yeah, the eyesight thing, I put it off, but TIG, I'm usually pretty careful TIGging, but plumb everything up and then just tack it in place with the MIG. Yeah, that's usually shut my eyes, and then I usually open it up, a couple seconds too soon. It's my own fault, but it's definitely time to go visit the eye doctor. And, good evening to everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. W0VMC and the crew, 73 from North Carolina, W4G UZ listening.
Yeah, that was me, K9. Say hello to you, man, before you took off. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Jerry. Hello to you, my friend. And we got SBA to check in. FSY might be good for one more. So let's do this. SBA, go on and grab it and turn it to KE9U. Jerry. And then I'll grab it and do my laughs a bit, and then get it over to SSY for sure there. So SVA, scoop it up. Welcome aboard the AM Express here, W0 Victor Mike Charlie.
All right. W0 VMC and the group W4 SVA. And sounds like I reached or I just came in here at the checkout time. Good evening to everybody on frequency. I don't know who's left. Heard you, Robert. Heard Billy. I guess that was his first transmission. Brian. Good evening to Jerry. And this is Chris, Moscow, Virginia, a little bit south of Harrisonburg. So yeah, I heard some good signals here. Been listening for a little bit. Kind of spun dial around the AM window a little bit ago when there was 4 QSOs going on. There's one on 73, here on 80, another on 85, and one on 90. So things were packed there for a little while. Then it seemed like everybody hit the switch at about the same time. I think the guys are still up on 90, but it's just us and them as far as I know. But yeah, glad you brought up the CCA net. I forgot that was tomorrow night. It's been I don't know, 6 months or more since I checked in, so I'll have to try to do that. And what else? I don't know. I need to get this passed around. But yeah, stink bugs, they collect here. We haven't had a bad year for them. But there's some years they cover the whole side of the ham shack here. Luckily, haven't gotten in the ham shack yet. That would be a mess. But let me pass this on around to Jerry. KE9U, good to hear you on. I don't think we have worked for quite a while. So pick it up. KE9U and the group W4SVA.
Okay, Chris. SVA, yeah, got a great signal here. I didn't continue to say it's been a bit more to fill it. It's probably the first time I've been in here before, I think. And, of course, Brandon and Brian Arbor. Yeah, I was in here earlier with Brian when the net was going on. Yeah, Brandon checked in, but I think it accidentally was here. And I heard him go up to 85. Brian Oliver for him, but he came over back after 9. Well, I'm just going to be going here too. But I heard Brandon back in here, and I heard Robert check in. So, Chris, Billy, and I'm located here close to Indianapolis, Billy minus Jerry, just south of there. So, and Brandon, good to hear you. Didn't get a chance to say hello. I was heard on the speaker. I was making an omelet. Decided to go that route instead of fruit, so I'll save that for tomorrow. Eat a little healthy right before bed. That's the right thing. And zinc. You got to be an old model engine, like Robert and Brandon. That's you have to. That's where the zinc applies. Younger, newer engines, probably don't need that. Sheesh. But I don't think I take too much of anything this way. I eat healthy food with the grains quite a bit, vitamins in there and stuff. I think mostly I don't think it's just the maybe blood pressure stuff. And yeah, the stink bug, boy. I'll tell you why. Happened to me once, but I was driving down to southern Indiana, one of the accounts, and I had a bag of lemon drops, and you get the slivers down there smunched on them, and one of them I reached down there finally and grabbed and wasn't a sliver of lemon drop. It was a dead stink bug. I thought I was going to wreck that truck because, man, that was the worst thing. It about made me pass out. Oh, I'm telling you, I see what animals don't eat. Man, that was horrible. Unbelievable reaction I had. So, That was made me, I check everything. I swapped into my mouth now, Sir Robert, when on them road trips now. You blindly eat that roll of dogs and the bags or whatever. Make sure you look before it goes in the mouth. It's just, I'm telling you what, that was an experience I don't want to live again. But anyway, yeah, good segments tonight. And I was thinking about all I have here. So, yeah, I'll leave it here as well. I'm going to try to get that board on that hell up there tomorrow. I've got all the wires and everything prepped. I just need to tilt it over. All that good stuff is supposed to rain tomorrow. It's not enough. It's just the part of the most of the day I want. So we got some 60-degree wind coming. So I've got some time. All right, well, let's see. Robert, back to you. Send it to Chris, Bill, Robert. I'm going to write like this one. Chris. Probably Derek. It sounds like Derek. W0MC. Good evening.
All right there, Jay. The G-Man, K9U, W0 voice modulated carrier. Yeah, good to hear everybody this evening. Nice and strong. And we'll get a peek at that antenna when you get it up and extended L. See how that works. You and those roller dogs. Well, some of those roller dogs, man, they don't need the rotisserie going because they probably got those little stink bugs, you know, exercising, turning those things. I swear. Oh, man, you know, you start talking about those critters. It will make my hair stand up straight on my neck for sure. And I'm, you know, up this far up north. I'm sure I've seen a few of these bugs that I think you guys call stink bugs. But we're heavily populated in the ladybug counterpart, the Asian beetle. Those little nasty things. Oh, man. They're, of course, look like a ladybug, but they're not. They're bigger. And some wise person bought these things over because they eat the aphids, the farmers. You know, spread them out there in their crops, and they're supposed to eat the aphids. Okay, but I don't know anything that eats them. And, of course, if you smash them, they stink like the dickens. And we have a white house. Kind of sits out there all by itself. And so they're really attracted to this house and come, you know, after the first cold night, then they start looking for places to come in. And I have to declare jihad on them. Oh, about 3 days beforehand, I'm chanting and burning incense, and I got the robe on, you know, making these wild gyrations in the air. Because I'm determined these things aren't getting in the house, right? So I got my little sprayer, insecticide, you know, my pump sprayer, got the garb on. I even put on the little, you know, the bug suit, you know, with the dangling antennas with the ball on it. Yep, no, I spray this place. Those things just find a way. I've been pretty successful at doing that. You know, you get a little rhythm down every year that works. You know, Brandon, if you need an exterminator, you let me know. I'll bring my bug suit down there. We'll take care of them. I can't say what our health is going to be like afterwards, but we'll certainly give it a go. There was this old guy that was a Army sergeant way back when. He got, you know, stowed away a can of this insecticide in the green can. And he said, oh, man, there's any problem at all. This stuff will take care of it. I said, oh, yeah? I was really young back then. There were some spiders in the garage. I got this spraying and stuff. I don't know what was in it. So I started going woo, and I couldn't feel my lips. It was just like it numbed. It started numbing the sensitive parts of your body, man. So I don't know. During the war, we need some big caliber machine guns, man. You start spraying that stuff around. That would do them in for sure. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, the Brandon and the T3 met same time, same place tomorrow. We will decide to move it up. Send to Bob and myself, and Brandon both long and short. We'll give it a go. And Brandon, yeah, beautiful signals, get you a good night's sleep. Hopefully you make it tomorrow. And Brian, yep, the mystery of that antenna. What did you call that? Something that he was rubbing on the antenna to make sure it didn't flash over. Yeah, some wicked old stuff there. All right, that's enough for me. Nice little 75 meter.